it's showing up on here. Going live. Hey everyone, looks like we're live here, so just going to check that for a minute, sorry. How are you all today? We are on our last day of I Restore Stuff's 5 days of lives, showing you 5 things around the house that you can upcycle. So just going to find that on my phone so I can, and it should be streaming out to my group too. So if you're a part of my group, I Restore Stuff, you can too. Welcome. You've also joined us. So thanks guys. If you've just joined me, please pop a comment in, wave at me, send all the hearts. If you're from Australia, I'd love to see a little Australian flag waving. Today we're going to be using a product called Miss Mustard Seeds Milk Paint. Has anyone out there tried using milk paint before? Or maybe you've never seen me use it before. Well, I'm about to show you how to mix it, how to use it, all of the things. So this should be lots of fun. I'm just making sure that the video is all stable. Yesterday it's been saying that it's having trouble with the broadcast connection occasionally. So let me know if you're here and where you're watching from. So if we are good to start, let me see, hang on a second. I'll just turn my, looks like we're live. All right, so welcome again. Let me just run down what we've been doing so far this week. 5 days of lives showing you 5 things that you can upcycle that you would find around your house. So I thought it'd be great to just find some projects to use in this isolation time. Let me know if you can hear properly or if you have any questions about anything that we're doing today in the live. I'm going to be using Miss Mustard Seeds Milk Paint. Yay! Such a fun product to use. But so far this week, on day 1, if you've missed any of these lives, you can always go back, check out the replays. I've also popped them up on my YouTube channel, so it's super easy to find them on my channel there. My channel is I Restore Stuff on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram as I Restore Stuff on Pinterest, on all of the social media platforms. And hi Linda, thank you, you're my first hello. Great to see, I always like it when you can just pop on, show me a little comment or two so that I know that it's actually working and we're all good to go. The first day we did a picture frame. So we just took an ordinary wood frame like this and showed you how you can paint it, upcycle it to create a whole new look. I actually created a chalkboard so you can use that. That's some fun that you can do with the kids. On this one I actually added a metallic sort of a wash or a glaze which shows up in those crevices there. Looks really pretty. Day 2 of our lives that you can go back and check out was our tin that we upcycled and repurposed a tin. I added this little escutcheon here from Effects Appliques, added some twine, painted it in a beautiful pressed fern colour by Fusion Mineral Paint. Check out that. What did I do? Day 3, I painted this chair in the gorgeous new fusion colour called, what's it called? French Eggshell. French Eggshell. It's a gorgeous, sort of a duck egg blue colour. So that was fun. And that was day 3. Then day 4, which was yesterday, what did we do? We did some stenciling projects and I don't have them here with me. They are probably inside. Tori, could you just run and get my stencil tea towels? I think they're on the table. We did some stenciling projects with Essential Stencil, and as you know, I'm an ambassador for Essential, and so that was a lot of fun. Hi guys, sorry, I'm missing your comments. Good morning, Catherine. Hi Ali, hi everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Hi from Melbourne. Yes, we've got some Aussies joining us this morning. Catherine's from Brisbane, Alison's from down there in Canberra area. That is awesome. Thank you so much. And Tori's just brought those in for me. We did some of these. You can find tea towels in your house. I'm sure you'll find some in the drawer. I just had this set of 3 red tones and created these gorgeous little Easter tea towels. So that was a lot of fun. We did that yesterday. And I also did a cushion cover. So these are 5 days of lives, 5 things you can find in your house. And today, of course, is day 5, and I'm going to be using Miss Mustard Seeds Milk Paint. which I'm also a retailer for here in Australia, so you can get that on my website at irestorestuff.com. All the links are in the description of this live. There are so many beautiful colours, and it comes in powdered form. You mix it with water, and don't be intimidated by that. It's quite easy to use. So I'm going to mix some up now in the colour Boxwood. This is a gorgeous green colour. The packet I was showing you was Tricycle, red, beautiful red colour. And you just need to mix it in equal parts powder to water. So I'm actually going to use the water first, add the water first. I just use a salsa jar. So if you have a salsa jar, they've got a nice wide mouth so that they're easy for dipping your paintbrushes in, so it's not too narrow, and easy for mixing. So to do this bedside table that I have beside me, you can see the size of that. I've got the drawer taken out here as well, and it has a door which I've taken off the hinges, and that's down there on the floor. I've prepped it all, and I'll tell you how I've prepped it after I've mixed this. Let me just make sure you can see that. So I've just got these little tablespoon measurements, and for this bedside table, I think for the first coat we'll probably only need about 4 tablespoons worth. We'll see how we go with that, see if I'm right or wrong, hey? I'm not going to be painting the inside, so I think we should be okay with 4 tablespoons worth of water and then 4 tablespoons worth of powdered paint. Now I put the water in first because I kind of prefer the powder to sit on top to mix it in, whereas it sometimes can get stuck down the bottom if you put the powder on the bottom. Either way, you just make sure you mix it up to a nice smooth consistency. So that's the colour Boxwood. Now if you look at it on the jar, oops, are we still there? It looks like we're still live. I just saw a little glitch and a little swirly wheel saying that we were disconnecting, so hopefully it's all good. If you look at the colour of that in the jar, it's actually not the same colour as the label here. It actually is going to be, when the water hits that, the pigments all mix in beautifully, and you'll see it's a lovely dark green. So you can see it starting to mix in the bottom there. I've got just a milk frother that I'm going to mix it with. You could use a little wire whisk. You could just use a teaspoon or a paddle pop stick if you like. Hi guys, I'm just watching your comments here, so if there's any questions about using milk paint, let me know. I also feel like I'm back in the olden days using milk paint. It's just a beautiful, really primitive style or method of painting furniture or anything really, painting barns, painting picket fences, I don't know. It's got 5 simple ingredients, that's all. In fact, if you order it from me here in Australia, I send you out a little milk paint brochure. It shows you exactly what's in it and how to mix it. But pretty simply, it's just milk protein, that's casein, limestone, chalk, clay, and then the natural pigments that you find in milk paint. These are all the gorgeous colours that you'll find with that. All right, so mixing. I'm going to turn it on, but I don't want the bubbles to... Now the battery's run out on me, has it? Looks like the battery's run out. So it is going to be just hand mixing for right now. Cynthia said she missed the towel video. Yep, go back and check that replay, Cynthia. That'll be in my live videos here on my Facebook page. You can scroll up or just hit the video tab. There may even be just a live video tab that you can go to. So you just got to mix all of the ingredients in. Sometimes I allow the milk paint to just sit for a few minutes while I prep my piece. And let's just talk about prepping. If you missed my chair painting video on day 3, painting the chair, I talked all about prep and how you should prep your pieces before you paint them, no matter what paint you use, because you don't know what's on the surface. There could be some grease and grime on the surface of your piece that you want to paint, and you need to get rid of that in order for it to adhere well, because otherwise the paint's going to be over the top of some greasy bit and then it'll chip and flake. I use this product called TSP. You can get that here in Australia from my website, irestorestuff.com, or your local Fusion mineral paint retailer if you're in the USA. It's just it's a phosphate-free TSP. TSP stands for trisodium phosphate, which they use in America. In Australia, we have something called sugar soap, which is a very similar product, but you do need to make sure the sugar soap is rinsed completely off your furniture before you paint it. Now the TSP, oh look, my husband's just sending me a kiss there. Babe, I did the camera setup all by myself. He wasn't home, and I was so nervous, you guys, because he's done it a different way, and I've got all these buttons to click. And so if you guys can hear me, I've done a great job. Send me all the love, send me all the hearts. So thank you, babe. So yeah, that's the TSP. I showed you how to use that on my live on Wednesday, our time. It was day number 3 anyway. So, and that's all there is to mixing up here, a 220 grit. And it says waiting for video. Come on, please don't crash. Sorry guys, it says like it's connecting the live video. I'm hoping that it's not crashing. Anyway, you just sand it really scuff sanding just so that the paint has something to grip onto. Yeah, thank you, Kylie. It says she says my stream is breaking up. Please don't disconnect. Come on, internet. Be nice. Okay, yeah, thanks, Catherine. I saw that the stream was doing that. So I'm just making sure it's all good before I continue. All right, so sanding, super easy. All you have to do is do a quick scuff down and you're good to go. You wipe it down with your TSP solution and we're ready to start painting. So that's how easy it is. Now I'll probably start by painting this drawer just so Klingon brushes, they're almost self-cleaning. You can just, once they're used, you put them into water up to the ferrule about here, and the paint literally just falls to the bottom of your tub. You do that a couple of times, and then you've got a nice clean brush. And the Klingon brushes, they have tapered bristles. Every little synthetic bristle is tapered, so it gives you nice, smooth finishes. The other thing I wanted to mention about milk paint is that it's self-leveling. So it's self-leveling, meaning that you're not going to get brush strokes. I'm just going to pop that now in my washing up water, which I've got somewhere here. Doesn't matter, I don't need this water anymore, so I'm just going to pop it in there. You don't get brush strokes, so just making sure you can all kind of see that. I might come around the front. And if you do have any questions, let me know. I'll pop back and look at the comments in a minute for questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm giving it a little bit of a swirl so to make sure that we've got nothing down at the bottom. And I usually do this about every couple of times that whenever I need to dip my paintbrush back in to get more paint on it. Now you will sometimes see a few little different flecks of granules of the pigment or the powdered. It all comes with that gorgeous natural feel, natural look. It's great for the farmhouse look, great for the vintage antique. You can get a great chippy look. So there's a few things to remember about milk paint. If you're going over the top of different surfaces, it reacts differently. So if you're going over the top of raw wood, it'll soak straight in to the raw wood. But milk paint on top of a varnish does have the tendency occasionally to cause a bit of chipping or flaking, just depending, and it's really unpredictable. So if you like predictability and you like control, then you maybe want to think about something else, or just break free from it by buying some milk paint, getting a hold of it and having a go. Because sometimes, if you do like control though, there is a product called Bonding Agent, which is the same as the Fusion's Ultra Grip, same product, and you can mix that bonding agent in with the paint and you'll get extra adhesion. So I'm not using that today because I don't mind if I get a chippy look on my paint. Let me just grab that paint on the brush again. So as you can see, there's some parts, we haven't let it sit long enough probably to let that really soak in. So occasionally you will get little streaking bits. I'm going to do underneath this drawer here. I love this colour green, boxwood. Now it'll dry a slightly different colour than it is on here, probably more of a chalky feel. And then when you go and add your finish on it, so remember milk paint and chalk paint are porous type paints, so they do need a sealer or a finish. So watch how I just mix the bottom of the jar again there. And some people are really intimidated to use milk paint at first, and then, like me, they have a go and they think, oh, why did I leave this so long? It's actually really therapeutic. I'm just doing nice long strokes to finish that off. And if you do see any unevenness, you can simply go back over it. Of course, you'll probably need a couple of coats, and I'm just going to do this top area here as well. I'm not going to paint inside the drawers. So there's some painting tips for using Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint. I will need a couple of coats, but just doing nice, smooth, long stroke on there to finish it off. And if you do see any little streaks of different colorations, like this bottom bit here is looking a little bit like a limea green. Limea, is that a word? Just give it a nice brush over, and any streaks should disappear with that. So that's going to, let me just see if that's in the shot, because I'm the cameraman and everything today. Oh, it is a little bit low. There you go. Hopefully you can see that a little better. Yeah, people are saying that the live is going in and out. Sorry about that. It must be internet connection. Just everybody's on the internet these days, guys. All right, so now I'm going to do the dresser. Let's see where you can see. I'll just pop that over there, and I'll turn this one around to the side just so you can see that again. I showed you prepping a chair ready for painting with Fusions paint. So I'm just going to do this surface here. Hopefully it's in the right shot. Just starting at the top. Now this wood that I'm painting onto is actually a veneer. And so there's chipboard underneath, which I didn't really look too hard. I didn't discover that until after I'd bought it from our local Salvo store. But that's okay, because it's going to come up a treat, and it's better than seeing furniture just ruined and thrown in the tip when you can get a bit more life out of it, don't you think? Better than making it into landfill. So I was happy to pick this one up for super cheap. If you're looking for where you can find furniture pieces to pick up, I've got a great blog post on my top 10 places to find furniture to recycle or upcycle. You can find that on my website. If you go to the top of my website, I've actually got a little search bar. You can type in anything you like. If you're looking for a particular colour, or you want to see some pieces done in that colour for inspiration, just type it in the search bar, and you should come up with a bunch of blog posts that I've done. So that's got really great coverage, even for just one coat. I'm happy with the way that's turning out. And I'll show you my drawer over there. So obviously we're not going to get this whole thing painted on my live today, but I'll get the first coat done, and should at least give you a good idea of working with milk paint. Now there's a little wood piece underneath there. That actually looks kind of cute, just leaving it like that. I might leave it like that for now and just see. So doing the top now, not sure if we can get me. I hope he appreciates my camera work here. Look at that. I think cover better than others. No matter what brand of paint you use, I think it's true for all the different colour pigments, have different colour, I know my hand touched this. Let's give it a couple more brush strokes. Like I said in the beginning, we could have sat this just a few minutes longer to let that all mix in. If you are just joining me, we're using Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint, which is powder, and you mix it with paint, and you'll see a whole bunch of tutorials on there of how, even my blog, my website, irestorestuff.com, check out the blog tutorials that I've got on that. I've got a free ship Briz code that's right there in the description to give you free shipping during this COVID-19 crisis, because we're all staying inside. One of my family heirloom canning farm, right where the Brisbane airport is. And so I have a bunch of canning labels that we reproduced. There's the pineapple one here. That was J. Jackson, Bramble Farm, Brisbane. And they're available on my website. You can even, this is the last one, is Huon River, Tasmania preserved fruits. So you can get these either physical product if you're in Australia, or digital downloads if you're in the USA. putting one of these on a drawer as decoupage and then putting the knob in the centre. All mentally prepared, getting everything ready. I mean, I enjoy it. I love teaching. That's one of my favourite things to do. In fact, I am starting up a VIP membership group for those of you who may want to do furniture painting. You actually, either you have a small business or you want to upskill, or you want to, and you're really needing help with Facebook Live, social media, even upskilling on your furniture painting skills. I'm going to be teaching in that group. It'll be a monthly subscription, but I want to make it. Okay, so we've just finished. I'm not going to be painting the inside of the cupboard. I did have a few little chips that were on here that I had to fill with wood filler. So that's one coat. When that's completely dried, I was hoping that the drawer might be a little bit drier than this. Actually, let me see, if I turn this around so you can sort of half see the front. What I will do is, because the door goes on this hinge, if you've got any more questions, I know the video kind of keeps stopping and starting. Hopefully you've got the general idea of the using milk paint.